All right, greetings, those that are coming in love and light, high vibes and positivity. To you, I welcome. Greetings, thank you for stopping by here on TikTok Live at Bloom with the Love. Welcome if you're coming in on the good shit. On the good shit. Lollipop. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, the topic of discussion, this will be brief. I do have some things to take care of. And I want to add a disclaimer before I even get into the discussion. For me, when I'm having topic discussion, it is considered, it's coming from a place of experience, but it's also broad. So this is not meant to just be addressing any particular specific individuals. Now, as the old schoolers used to say, if the shoe fits, right? That's the name of the game, okay? But just understand that, you know, this is why a lot of readers be saying, like, if it doesn't resonate, if it ain't you, blah, 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 you know, because at the end of the day, we know who we are. We know what we're about. You know what I'm saying? No matter what we are putting out there to the world or for the public, we know who we are. We know what we do. We know what we're about. Okay, even if it's in secret, we know the truth, we know who we are, we know what we do, and we know what we're about. Okay, so now I love having controversial discussions. I love provoking thought, playing devil's advocate, because essentially not everything is quite as it seems in general. This is the name of the game on Earth School. And so I like to bring up topics that people may not necessarily just automatically think. Case in point, the topic as you're coming in, it says, what does it look or feel like, or something to that effect. So I want to pose questions out there for anybody who feel, you know, guided to join in on the conversation. If not, if you just want to hear the conversation, that's fine. I think I have the comments open. But I'm going to pose some questions. If I speak very softly, if I speak in hushed tones, if I speak in monotone, if I speak in neutral tones, right? Or if I speak in high pitch or babyish, whatever, like tones, right? If that's me, let's say that's me. I speak very softly, hushed tones, very even keeled. It'll be a shock if you see octaves go up or down, very monotone, very neutral, right? If I have an appearance of seeming to be non-responsive or non-reactive, right? If I have that appearance to be non-responsive or non-reactive to stimuli or to assaults or to the environment, does it automatically mean I'm operating as a person in my life from divinity? Just automatically. I've had this discussion in a different way with you all, because often we're equating, depending on what our programmings are, depending on our culture, our traditions and our beliefs and all this stuff, it's framing how we are trying to identify things. On the flip, if I speak with excitement in my voice, if I speak very passionately, if I speak with like a raspy, soulful voice, if I speak responsive to environment and stimuli, does it automatically mean, just by way of that, does it automatically mean that it is not divine? Just by way of that in and of itself. The answer, the quick answer to that is absolutely not. No. How many of us have had experiences where, and then everybody go, you would never think, because this person is always so soft-spoken. They're always speaking in hushed tones. They're always, monotone. They're always seeming to be even keeled. And when stuff eventually comes out, maybe 10, 20 years down the line, then people will be like, you would have never thought. Right? And then likewise, in another situation on the flip, where the person may, people give anger a bad rap, but anger is neither good or bad. Anger is an emotion, and it serves. If people didn't get angry in the history in which we know, many of us wouldn't have the liberties that we have. If someone didn't come out from the sidelines, allow themselves to feel anger, allow themselves to express anger, many of us would not have the liberties in which we have. So as I'm going back and forth, people may end up being shocked about the person that they thought was expressive, right? Their octaves go up, right? Based on an experience and an emotion. They embrace anger, they express it. And people could have had that person pegged as the corporate of being undivine or about some bullshit, and then 10, 15 years later, likewise, they find out, oh my God, this person was actually innocent. This person was actually operating from divine energy. This person actually, you know what I'm saying? And I'm doing this because we equate things based on our framework and perception and understanding of what so-called divine is and not divine. Or whatever verbiage you want to choose to use. Am I saying people that speak soft, monotone, docile, am I saying that they're automatically not divine? No, but I'm saying that it doesn't necessarily mean that they are either. First and foremost, when we start understanding the world of personality disorders and all manner of other things that are a factor in what frames people's personalities or how their temperaments are, we'll understand a lot that, a lot has to do with that in the background. Not so much necessarily that it's divine in nature or not divine. We'll say things like, if it's of divine, then we have a list. But what does that actually look and feel like to you? And then the next question is, have we forgotten that people can fake? We see movies every day, right? In the entertainment industry, we all have movies in which we love. And we forgot that these are actors acting out a script. And they convey in these various movies whatever the role that they're trying to fulfill and play, they convey that type of energy, even if it's not their true reality. So if this can be done in the entertainment industry, if this can be done for the sake of creating movies, in which we've all loved movies, TV shows, then why do we think it's not something that's done just in natural everyday life? Can someone betray an energy? Can they study the way actors and actresses do in order to convey an appearance of, I'm coming off peaceful? Do we understand the art of war? That is one of the main strategies of opponents. So if we're just basing things off of these lists we've created and someone's ability to betray peace, did you hear me? Portray peace. Portray the list. Do we not think that people that are not of divine energy, do we not think that they equally study and watch and look at the list of what's the characteristic traits that's equated to ... Do you think that they don't attempt to portray that, to get people to what? Trust them? See, all of this conditioning, all of these programs, all of these cultural, societal things in which by default we operate from or form our perceptions, we can be sorely, sadly mistaken. Anger serves. I'm going to keep saying that. For people who have gotten some trauma or conditioning and programming that feels like, and trust me, I've been there because I have my own set of traumas I've had to work through. So I understand why and the association, but I also want to go a little deeper than that, because most of us don't realize that some of the conditioning and programming in which we operate from was designed to cause you to be docile, to cause you to surrender your divine right to be, to live, to speak, and to defend. So then there's a template running that says you're not godly and spiritual or of divine energy if you are expressive with anger. You're not godly or spiritual or divine if you are expressive or you are reacting or responding to dishonorable things with anger. You're not godly, you're not spiritual, you're not evolved. It's ego if you are expressive, and that is inaccurate. That is not entirely true. We're not to be ruled by our emotion, no. But emotion is emotion, that's it. We have emotions for a reason, anger, all these various different emotions. They're not to be shushed because we're afraid of dealing with them or because of the negative connotation we've attached to them, so we disassociate. And then we have to compartmentalize it and say that it's not of a divine energy. Wrong. Divinity. Comes in many forms. I'm putting this energy out there, these thought-provoking questions and topics to get people to a place of challenging themselves to expand their mind and their thinking and their understanding about things. And to become more grounded in reality. When gross injustices have been done throughout history, the things that are true, because I understand not everything is what we think, and not everything is quite as it seems, but the things that were true. If there wasn't a ragtag team, a group, an organization, somebody, somewhere that wasn't afraid to embrace the feelings and the emotions of anger, that wasn't afraid to be expressive with that anger, that wasn't afraid to speak in that manner, not trying to water it down and sugar it down so that it doesn't come off as offensive. If there wasn't folks in history that was willing to do that, life as we know it would be a lot different today. So it serves us to really release or give intention to let go of these externalized judgments based on these lists we make that anybody can train to portray. Just like an actor and an actress does to be in a movie or a TV show. We watch these movies in awe because a lot of this stuff seems real. Sorry about that. So think about it, you guys. This automatic association to things is something that we need to challenge. And again, take everything with a grain of salt, but realizing that not everything is quite as it seems. And just because someone is expressive and shows emotion and their octaves change and they have feeling and conviction about things doesn't mean that they're crazy, or it doesn't mean that they're not in a divine energy. It's a such thing called divine anger too. And just because people know how to be even-keeled and seeming to talk low, soft, hushed tones, docile monotones, baby voices, seeming to not have any reactions or octaves to change, they could have a personality disorder like narcissism, for all you know. They could be detached from their emotions to begin with. And if they're detached from their emotions to begin with, it is certainly more easier for them to portray steadiness because they don't feel to start. And even if they do, as I've already mentioned, I don't know why we forget that people are actors and actresses. Anybody can sit back and study how to portray characteristic traits for a particular agenda. So if one needs people to look at them like soft, quiet, docile, harmless, mousy, innocent, divine, they're going to look for all the traits in which is being associated to that without actually truly being it, but to portray it. And if there's anything that narcissists and sociopathic types are good at, it's acting.